Welcome to the Dream 100 Show, the epicenter of influence, collaboration, and exponential growth. You're about to discover the power of relationships. Dream 100 relationships. And you're one relationship away from a totally different business and life. This is your host, Michael Tasner.
Hello and welcome to the inaugural episode of the Dream 100 Show. My name is Michael Tasner and I'm here to be your guide, your mentor, your trainer, your coach, your confidant, whatever phrase that you would like to use as we embark on this journey together. In this first inaugural episode, I really want to talk a bit more about the type of content that we're going to be putting out in the show, the frequency that you should expect. I'll talk a little bit more about the Dream 100 at a high level. I'll give you my bio, and at the end, I want to give you something completely free of charge as a small thank you for listening. So let's start with a very, very brief overview of the what. So if you haven't heard of Dream 100, it's a concept that has been adapted over the years, but if I really boil it down into simplicity, it's about putting together a list of 100 plus relationships that if you were able to secure even one of those, your life, your business, your marriage, whatever you're going to apply it to, would be unrecognizable. Completely unrecognizable. Now, this was first designed and written about in a book called The Ultimate Sales Machine by the late Chet Holmes. And I've went on to use this in my life. I've went on to use it in my business. And I loved it so much that roughly 6 months ago, I ended up acquiring the trademark for the Dream 100, the book, the Dream 100, and a whole variety of other assets. So from a content perspective, we're going to be talking about how do you develop your Dream 1 list? Who goes on that list? We're going to talk about how to reach out to these people. How do you surprise and delight? We're going to bring in different guests and talk about how they've used. But what I'm also going to do in real time is every couple of episodes, I'm going to give you a Dream 100 update of how I am using the Dream 100 to, no pun intended, rebuild the Dream 100 company and the Dream 100 brand. So rather than just talking at a high level and saying this is how you deploy it, I'm going to give you literally real-time feedback of how I'm building it out for the Dream 100 company, how we identified the relationships, what we're doing first, the messaging we're using, the types of gifts we're going to be crafting, literally everything behind the scenes, under the hood, without sugarcoating anything. If we make our list of 100 and we deploy the strategies and after 6 months it goes over like a lead balloon, you're going to hear all about that. But the great thing is that the Dream 100 methodology and approach has 100 success. If, and this is a big if, you deploy it correctly. And that leads to a lot of different interpretation of deployed correctly means. And what you're going to find, though, is that this is not a short-term strategy. It's not a strategy where you make a list of 100 relationships, you send 100 emails, and all of a sudden, a week later, your business is unrecognizable. This is more of a slow burn. This is a relationship generation. And I'm going to give you everything under the hood. I'm going to share with you the wins, the losses, literally everything that I possibly can. So in terms of a who is going to benefit from this content, I could give you a lot of answers, and I always hate giving the answer, well, everyone can benefit. Marketers can obviously benefit, and you'll learn in my bio in just a minute, my background is in marketing, and a lot of the Dream 100 is a marketing-driven approach to generating these relationships. So marketing agencies or marketing businesses or anyone that's looking to market, but that's a really small subset. If you own a business and you're looking to grow, this is the perfect approach, the perfect content for you. Now, I'm not only going to focus on the business side of things. I want to look at other areas of life that we can apply the same framework. Let's just say, for example, you're looking to have your life be unrecognizable. What are those relationships that you need to make that can literally help transform your life? And then how do we adapt the Dream 100 approach to get you in front of and get you in contact with and start to build that relationship with those people. So while we're going to focus heavily around leveraging the Dream One methodology to grow a business, we're also going to sprinkle in a lot of things around life because, again, at the end of the day, this is a relationship-driven approach. It's a P2P marketing approach, people to people. Even if you're selling to businesses, there's always a person on the other side that has to make that decision. So small business owners, large business owners, are all going to benefit from this content. And if you're looking at up-leveling your life, this content also is going to apply to you as well. In terms of my short condensed bio, because I want to make this about you, and I want to make this about showing you, again, behind the scenes, under the hood, rather than just making this about me. I'm producing this content for you, but I'm also selfishly doing this to keep me accountable so that I am staying on track with deploying the Dream 100 in my various businesses. And if I have to report on a regular basis, I'm going to be held accountable because I know that I have to get the show produced for that particular week. So from a frequency standpoint, we're going to start with once a week. And if I can grow that, I'd rather underpromise and overdeliver, spoken by a true marketer. But we're going to start with weekly. And a lot of the initial content will be a little bit of a talking head. It's going to be me giving you some of those Dream 100 so that I start to move you in the right direction. And then I'll start to share what we're doing within my organization and how we're building out and deploying the Dream 100. And then I'll start to bring on guests and I'll start to bring on different people that they have different areas of the Dream 100 that they can speak to. So for example, one of the big strategies is around gifting. So I'm going to bring in a few experts in a few places that we have used to buy really unique gifts. So we'll bring people that can speak to that and just continue to give you as much really great actionable content as possible. Keyword is, so my bio, heavily condensed, starts way back when I was 15 years old. I started a web design agency, and I'll say web design agency with air quotes because I was 15 years old. At that time, I used a program called Microsoft Front Page, and I learned how to make websites using templates, and I learned at our local public library. I couldn't afford a computer at the time. This was a fair amount of time ago. And back then, you could go to the public library, you could grab a book, and they even had CDs rather, in the back, and you could pop it in, and there's the software, and you're up and running. And I was literally building websites right after I left high school. I'd go over to the library, start building websites. I put up some flyers. We got a bunch of clients, and kind of the rest is history. I have always been in the digital marketing space. I've evolved over the years. We've had multiple iterations. I grew an agency and sold it a while ago. Sounds much fancier than it is, but I had one exit there. I've had e-commerce businesses. I've had information marketing businesses. But my claim to fame is I've written a bunch of books around marketing. I coined the phrase Web3 marketing, and actually in that particular book that was written way back when, I talked about mobile marketing and virtual reality world marketing, things like secondlife.com and microblogging on Twitter and things that are now becoming the norm. So I was a bit of a trendsetter way back when. I also went on to lead the Guerrilla Marketing Company, and we're going to talk a lot about deploying guerrilla marketing within the Dream 100. So the Guerrilla Marketing brand and company, which was started by the late J. Conrad Levinson when he wrote his first book in 1984 called Guerrilla Marketing. I went on to lead their marketing for a couple of years. So I'd hope that if the father of guerrilla marketing, the best known marketing brand in the world, hired me to run his marketing as his chief marketing officer, I hope that I know a thing or two about marketing. So I've started and grown many successful businesses to 7+ figures. I've consulted with some of the biggest brands in the world, speakers, authors, all of that fun stuff. I could give you a very long list. But at the end of the day, I'm in the trenches every single day. I don't just write and speak and produce content on these topics. I'm deploying this stuff within my businesses, within our clients' businesses, every single day, day in and day out, all day, every day. So I can tell you what's working as of this exact moment. I can tell you with lots of data what's working. How is certain things like AI replacing certain things? Or how is that impacting things? Is direct mail still working? Lumpy mail versus social outreach? And what type of content? Like I have a front row seat to everything. And I will share everything under the sun. So I am thrilled that you're on this journey with me and together. I promised you a gift. So if you go to d.com/show, you can go and grab a copy, a digital copy of the Dream 100 book and a couple of other free bonuses as a small thank you for listening. Make sure you tune into the next episode. Again, I'm so thrilled that you're here. I can't wait to share this journey with you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.